Hello, how are you guys? I hope everything is alright. We are coming to the end of the Shakespeare discussions videos. This is the last episode of the specials. In this case, I want to be talking about the books I want to read after reading Romeo and Juliet, Much Ado About Nothing, and Hamlet. Again, probably if you check my Amazon wishlist that I will leave here down below, in the books, as always, in the info box, you will probably know this. I know that I have picked some. I pick. Let me check. I pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books, but there are more of Shakespeare that I really want. So to make it shorter for once, I decided just to pick the 5 books that I am more intriguing to read at the moment. I'm leaving aside books like Hamlet because I already read it, but I don't have a physical copy. I don't own a physical copy. Oh, it seems like I'm talking to the skull. To be or not to be? Yes, me doing stupid things. Without further ado, we are going to talk about books. The first one I want to talk about is As You Like It, and I have to say that I don't know a lot about this comedy. I know that at some point there's like a kind of gender switching gender topic. I think the main female protagonist, she decided to dress up as a male. I'm not sure if it's because she's escaping from someone or it's because it's the only way she can be with the lover, well, the person she loves. So I don't know why. I really want to see how Shakespeare deals with this gender issue or gender identification in this case. But also, I have more. I want to read The Taming of the Shrew. I'm not sure if that's the pronunciation, so I apologize in advance. You know how bad I am sometimes with the titles and, of course, the surname of this author. But I really like this play because I really like the idea of the plot. In this plot, you have 2 ladies um, who are sisters, and one of them doesn't want to be married to anybody, to any man. So she decided that she's going to be independent. But the other one, the younger sister, she has 3 kind of eligible men that are actually trying to win her heart. The father of these 2 sisters has a rule. The younger one only will be married if the older one gets married first. The problem is that if the older sister doesn't want to marry, what should we do? So Catherine, which is I think it's called Catherine, which is the older sister, has to encounter another man that is actually trying to win her over, just in case the other men can actually try to seduce the younger sister. So you have this kind of entangled love stories. I think it's in the way of Much Ado About Nothing, I hope. Again, I will be probably butchering or destroying the plots. I prefer to go blindly to discover plays and books in any kind of books actually. So apologies if my explanation of the plot is very, very bad. Again, I said that I wanted to read more books. So in this case, oh, I'm sorry, it's 4 books, it's not 5. So in this case, I'm going to go with a tragedy. I want to read Richard the Third, if I'm not mistaken. Is the last historical plays that William Shakespeare wrote. And in this case, it deals with the tragedy or the life of Richard III, the Duke of York. I think is the Duke that was in between or confronted in the War of Roses that, for example, inspired the Song of Ice and Fire by George R. Martin. In this case, we have this dark king, which is Richard III, and his ambition and his hatred towards one of his brothers, who is actually the king, I think, makes him actually go to a very, very dark place. Again, I am not an expert on the plots because I want to be surprised, but it's a play I really want to read. I think I really need to go back to the, let's call it, courtesan tragedies. After Hamlet, I really want to read a tragedy made by Shakespeare developed in a castle. And lastly, I want to read Midsummer Night Dream. I hope I've said it right because for me that's a tongue twister. I don't know what it's about, this play. I just know that it's one of the most famous comedies, and it's also dealing with gods and how gods manipulate humans, which is something I'm really into in the past few months. So yes, that's all for my part. I hope you really enjoy these long discussions and reviews videos regarding Shakespeare plays. I hope I can do another edition maybe next year, and I hope you enjoy my recommendations. Have you read any of the books I mentioned? Can you tell me which one is best to start with? Or maybe I am missing other elemental plays of Shakespeare that nobody actually talks about and you consider them to be vital in your literary life? Please let me know what you think, and of course you can like, comment or subscribe if you fancy, so you can have every weekly video about me or the ink pad talking about books if you fancy. Goodbye!